You may have seen Moe Smith on TV as the unofficial face of boxing in the Inland Northwest.
But as we see in this week's Lukens at Large, there's a fascinating story that goes with that face.
Fast for a big guy, isn't he?
In most of his 78 years, Moe Smith has never been far from a boxing ring.
Well, boxing's been my whole life. Snotty's hands.
You might recognize him from his commercials for boxing at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Oh, we're gloved up at the House of Fury.
But he's not an actor delivering a tagline. He's the real deal.
I've done about everything I want to do.
He turned pro while he was still in high school.
I was no great fighter. I was what in my day they called a club fighter.
Still, he survived more than 130 pro fights.
No, I had to wait till I lost this eye. So again, I wasn't that smart.
But smart enough to keep making a living in the sport he loves.
He's got an excellent jab.
He's always sitting around here, watching us punch the bag.
As a manager, promoter, and matchmaker, Moe Smith has spent decades helping mold the careers of young fighters, and he gives them a perspective they rarely get.
You get some pretty good stories around here, when Moe comes up.
Like the time he sparred with world champion Archie Moore.
I dropped the right hand on him, and he fell to his knees. I go, oh my gosh. He hit me a left hook, and there dropped me. He says, are you hurt? I said, no. He hit me there again.
Definitely the guy that can tell stories, that's for sure.
Stories about his years as a professional wrestler.
And I actually made a lot more money wrestling than I did boxing.
He wrestled some of the biggest stars in the early years of the sport.
Tough Tony Bourne, Hard-Boiled Haggerty.
Gorgeous George?
Gorgeous George, yeah. In fact, I wrestled him before he was George. When he was George Wagner, I wrestled.
Everyone had a gimmick, including Moe.
I was the Atomic Blonde for quite a while. I had long platinum hair and a zebra skin tights.
This is a perspective very few boxing promoters can offer.
Flying toe hold.
Vicious.
Didn't spend 20 years wrestling for nothing.
As for boxing, Moe would like to see a little more of the old school these days.
We need another Jack Dempsey. We need another Joe Louis.
And he sees a little of that in fighters like Fabio Medina and Skylar Baby Boy Anderson.
These two kids you won't find two others like them.
These days you will find very few like Moe Smith.
He's Moe, look at him. He's the stereotype to boxing.
He's more than that. He's the real deal.
My idea of dying would be pretty sweet if I could do it while I'm working.
Rick Lukens at Large, KXLY 4 HD News.
When I'm 105, just fall out of the ring, I guess.